Hey guys, it's Alex. So for today's video, I'm super excited to be sharing some things that you can do while in self-quarantine or slash just being bored at home, since a lot of us are spending a lot of time at home. So I hope that this video helps you. I am super grateful to be able to work from home, and I understand that that is a privilege at this time. I hope that my videos that I'm currently making and filming and putting up for you guys are bringing some positivity and light into your life at this time. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe down below if you haven't already. I hope you guys are staying safe. Let's get started on with the video. So the first thing that came to mind while brainstorming this type of video was definitely to make a YouTube channel. That is the first thing that came to mind. I feel like creating a YouTube channel based on whatever it is you like, whether it's like baking, creating a YouTube channel on like recipes or cooking or drawing, painting, or like lifestyle and vlogging in general from your home, like workout exercises, anything that you are interested in. I think it would be super cool to create a YouTube channel if you haven't already, or if that's been something that's like been on your mind. I feel like it's such a great time to start one. So that is definitely the first thing that came to mind, to be honest. The next one is to learn a new recipe or bake or cook in general. I've actually started baking a lot during this time. I learned to make banana bread from scratch. I learned to make chocolate chip cookies from scratch, and I don't know what I'm gonna learn next, but I've just been literally just looking up recipes sometimes and just like making them. And yeah, it's pretty nice because then like I get to share like what I made with my family, and they get to all eat it with me so that I don't eat it by myself. And yeah, that's something else that I definitely would advise. Another thing is to make a podcast. I feel like podcasts are so like in right now, and I guess this started like a while ago, but I have definitely thought about creating a podcast. I've been wanting to for a long time. I kind of do have a lot on my plate. Even though I am working from home, it is pretty busy for me personally, so I haven't really like sorted out like a time for podcasts. But I definitely would advise that if you do have the time on your hands, to definitely start a podcast if you're interested in that. Another thing is that you can start on that hobby that you've always wanted to start. I feel like that would be super cool. Or like just a side hobby that you've been wanting to start, like painting or whatever it is. I definitely advise starting on that. It is definitely a great time to do that. I feel like a lot of my friends have been telling me that they're bored, and then you know, some of them aren't able to work from home, some of them are, and it kind of depends on your situation personally. But yeah, I feel like this is a great time to start a hobby, and maybe by the time that this is over, this time which is so hard is over, I feel like it would be great to like maybe turn that into a side hustle if that is something that you're interested in. But yeah, I definitely advise starting that hobby or that project or whatever it is, that website or whatever it is that you've been wanting to create and start, which you didn't feel like you had time for before, but now you do. I definitely advise starting on that. Another thing that I have written down is to read. I highly recommend starting a book, or like even reading. I know some people have Kindles or something where they read. Is that what it's called? Kindles? I don't know. But yeah, if you have ordered those books like a while back and you have been like just having them like pile up and you haven't been reading them, I think now is the time to like take them out of there and like start reading them. But yeah, right now a book that I'm reading is called Invested. It looks like this. I will try and find it and link it down below. I've had this for a while, I believe, but I didn't like read it through all the way. Like I left it at like, I don't know what page, but I definitely didn't like finish it, as you can tell. And then I started reading it again recently, and I fell back on it, and I love this book. I highly recommend. I definitely plan on doing a video all about my current favorite or just overall favorite books. But the last book I read before this was You Are a Badass, I believe, and I loved that book. I definitely recommend it. And then right now I'm just reading Invested. I would love if you guys will leave me a comment letting me know what books you recommend for me as well. But yeah, I highly recommend to read a book. I think it is a great time to do that. And you can also like order books online if you want to do that as well. Another thing that I highly recommend is to work out at home. Even if your space is small, try to rearrange it in a way where you can have a little bit more space. And if you do have the space, that's amazing. I highly recommend working out. What I actually did is I finally took out my yoga mat from my trunk from my car and I set it out here, and I only have like 3-pound weights, but for right now I'm making it work. And just I've been doing like arm days and like booty days, like it just depends. And I can also share my workout routines with you guys. I can definitely create a video like that for you guys. But yeah, I highly recommend working out at home. I love cleaning and organizing. Oh my gosh, I feel like when I clean and organize, especially when I'm in a rough like anxiety mode or whatever, kind of like sad mode or whatever, like being stuck at home too much kind of feeling, I feel like organizing, rearranging, cleaning honestly just makes me forget about everything that's going on for a while. It's just like therapeutic, to be honest. At least for me, it really is. I switched like my desk with my dresser, I moved my mirror, like I moved stuff around and I cleaned while I did that. So I pretty much wiped everything, I cleaned everything. And also like during this time, I feel like that's a great thing to do, to really clean your space overall. The next thing that kind of goes along with like cleaning and rearranging is like redoing or like redecorating your space or room. I have actually been doing this lately since I got rid of a few things like clothing and stuff and been rearranging. I recently actually purchased some like pillows for my bed. Like my comforter is falling apart, it has holes, so I'm thinking of repurchasing a new one and kind of like putting my room together, like making it look nicer and cuter, I guess you could say, and like just more me and stuff like that. I feel like that also is like such a great thing to do. And obviously we can't go out and buy stuff. Maybe you can order stuff if that's possible, but you don't have to. I mean, you can always just rearrange things with everything that you have. It definitely makes a difference, so I highly recommend. Another thing that I highly recommend that I've been doing as well is taking walks. I personally have a dog, so I have kind of like that to like drag me out of the house pretty much every day because he literally like scratches on the door and I have to take him on walks. But I think just going on walks on your own or going on runs, that is totally fine to do, or even going on hikes. As long as you're keeping that distance and like 3 to 6 feet apart from other people, then that's totally fine. I highly recommend going outside because it's so important to get that fresh air, to get that sun on you. Like if you have a front yard or a backyard or even like a balcony or anything, I highly recommend making use of that, even working out there or just like, you know, sitting there and reading or working on your computer from there. I highly recommend to do that as well. Just going outside, it makes such a huge difference. Oh my gosh, it really does. Like getting that fresh air, and like I just feel like it's different than just opening a window from my room, so I highly recommend. So those are pretty much all the things that I could think of so far, but I will add any, if any, come to mind on the description down below. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope you guys are taking the precautions. I know that you probably have heard to wash your hands for 20 seconds and then stay away from people and stay home so many times by now, but it's just super crucial and important, and I really do care for you guys. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe down below if you haven't already. I am so thankful for everybody that has recently been subscribing a lot. I am so grateful, and from the bottom of my heart, I wish I could like hug every single one of you. But yes, I hope that you guys are having a beautiful night, and I will talk to you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.